Hi everybody, Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. Here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of the law of polarity. You may be thinking, what? There's a law about polarity? Yes, there is. And I'm going to tell you what it is, what it isn't, and how you can benefit from it right now. So the law of polarity means that there's two poles, there's two sides of the spectrum. It means that there's a negative force and it means there's a positive force. So it means that there's something that's feminine, there means that there's something that's masculine. So what up with that? Well, it means that where we are, we have room for advancement. We have room for growth and for expansion. If we think black, then all of a sudden we think white. We think, poor, then we think rich. But this isn't about what is seemingly opposite. It's about us learning that there isn't this level of scarcity, that there isn't this lack of something, and that we need to look forward to that other thing and help to balance ourselves out. It's energy that we need to balance and to recognize. So if we look back in life and we say, hey, well, right here I failed, I didn't succeed, but it gives us the opportunity to learn from those lessons. So if you feel that you're in a negative situation and that you're on that negative pole, you are right there, then you know there's advancement down the other side, right? At the other pole. So when we focus and we go towards that other pole, there's the growth and expansion. If you see that negativity keeps coming up in your life, then you have the opportunity to fix it. Fix that situation so that you can move forward and have that polarity. So when we're polarized, that is we are on one side or we are on the other side. But when we're depolarized, we are centered, we're in the middle, we're balanced. Does this look familiar? Yes. Because it's not something pulling us this way, it's not something pulling us that way. So if you think, well, here's an example that, well, you're thinking about I'm right-winged or I'm left-winged. Well, why not have two wings? Why not take those opposite forces and bring them together to create balance in your life? So when we're here, neither here nor there, and we're in the center and we're balanced and we're congruent with who we are depolarized. Well, what's the benefit for being depolarized? What is that benefit? The benefit is you have control over you. You're not being pulled this way. You're not being pulled this way. The approval comes from within yourself. The influence is exterior. It's on the outside. So when we're depolarized and that we are congruent on the inside, then we have the inside to work on the outside. So when we're not swayed this way or influenced or rely on somebody else's approval or society's approval of what this will look like and how this should be, then we're congruent. We're depolarized. So if you feel like, hey, you know what? I would like to have larger earnings for next year. Well, great. Then focus on that other pole and go towards that. You've never heard of somebody saying, oh gosh, you know what? I just happen to have too much money. Darn it. It doesn't happen. Because whatever we have and those resources that we create for ourselves, we have another outlet for that. So if we have too much and it's a surplus, then we have the opportunity to give it away. So, or to make it work for our advantage. The benefit is that the level of freedom that's congruent within ourselves that creates that polarization, that depolarization. Pull here, depolarized. So when we rely on our own selves, that's the freedom. So when you say, well, hey, what? The law of polarity? I thought that was about opposites. It's not. It's about balance. It's about knowing that if your situation is a negative, then there will be a positive. That's what it's about. You could not have a positive without having a negative. There would be no purpose for it. It's to have that level of growth within yourself so that you can be a better person and have a more magnificent life for yourself, for enjoyment and for your satisfaction and for the people that you care about. And then society. Being that person that can help. Being the person that has the resources to help. Being the person that's part of the solution and not the problem. Problem's the negative. Are you being a part of the solution? Could you be more a part of the solution? Then focus on that pull. I want to be more solution oriented. Now, when we're fussy and we're being judgmental and then we're an ego and then we're pointing out all this negative stuff in all of these other situations, then why? But if you're coming forward, hey, here's a solution to that. I'm witnessing this, and I notice this, and I recognize this here. Here's a solution. I can help out in this way. Then that's how you contribute. So when we have these life lessons happening to us over and over and over and over and over again, getting this detour of life and this cul-de-sac mentality that keeps coming back, you need to ask yourself, well, am I learning the lesson? Are you accepting where you are in that negative environment, thinking that that thing on the other side of the spectrum, that other pole, can't be a part of your life? Because it can. The universe has no shortage. There's no shortage to the universe. It's all for you to have. So why not tap into it? Why not learn those lessons and grow and have that level of expansion so that you could be better and have a better life? All those things that you want, you can have. Are you taking that step to create that level of balance for yourself? It's okay to go for it. And what may be an abundance to you, to another person, may not be abundant at all. Or what you think is hardly anything and maybe a form of lack, to somebody else in another country, wow, that may not be the case. So creating it for your own self tells you that this isn't about opposites. This is about polarity. This is about bringing things together on an energetic level, for having that desire for the things that you want and pursuing that and focusing forward on that thing so that you could be balanced. And when you're balanced, that means you're not under control. That's where the freedom is. The approval comes from within, and that control makes you steady fast to where no matter how you get pulled and how you get tugged, you are congruent. The energy supports that. Then you're not be thinking, oh my gosh, this is and this is, oh no. You're not thinking that anymore. You have the control and the freedom within your mind. Then you can be solution oriented. And then you can have that sense of clarity within your own minds to make that judgment of those things and how they need to progress forward. But without ego. It's with contribution. It's with being of a loving heart. When we are judgmental out of ego, not good. That's on one side or the other. But what we need to realize is that we have the capability and the capacity within ourselves to move forward on an energetic basis so that we can have those things that we want to have. And when we have them, then we'll have a surplus, and then we have more to give to other people. And then we are not being controlled by society or idealism or conformity or commercialism or anything that the news might tell us, or the influence of the things that we might read, or maybe the things in certain magazines. We can make our own decision because the sense of clarity is there. We do not seek any approval from outside sources. We only do it from ourselves, where there's the clarity. Abundance is there. There is zero shortage to abundance. Just got to tap into it. Learn your lesson. What's it there for you? If you keep showing up in your life, learn the lesson. Pass the test so you can move forward and have a great life. If you need help with maybe learning how to depolarize yourself, or maybe learn how to stop holding on tight to that scarcity or that negative pull, then reach out to me. I'm Coach Susan with Big on Results Coaching, and I am here to help you to set your mind free of all of these polarized thoughts. Until next Monday.